Two prominent opponents of the Belarusian president, Alexander Lukashenko, have been released from jail on the same day that hundreds of activists were detained. Security forces used force to break up crowds who are demanding a new presidential election. This report from Aruna Iyengar.
Still, the protesters come onto the streets of Minsk. They have taken to the streets every week to demand President Lukashenko steps down to allow for new elections to be held. They're fired on with tear gas, water cannon, and there's heavy-handed policing. Police officers wearing black balaclavas drag protesters into unmarked vans.
Сегодня кому-то очень не нравится.
President Lukashenko has been in power since 1994. He denies his electoral win in August came as a result of cheating. He defeated the opposition candidate Svetlana Tikhanovskaya, who claims to be the true winner. The most recent violence followed a meeting between Lukashenko and detained opposition leaders in a Minsk jail. This led to the release of two men, Dmitry Rabtsevich and Yuri Voskresensky. They're now under house arrest. Tikhanovskaya has been forced into exile in Lithuania. She was allowed her first phone call in 4 months with her jailed husband. She stood as president after her husband's detention meant he couldn't.
I can only thank the Belarusians. I know that we cannot retreat, and we will never do it until you are all freed and we get new elections.
The EU and the US have refused to recognise Lukashenko's inauguration for a 6th term and condemned the alleged abuse of detained protesters. They've also hit Belarus with sanctions. After the latest protests, police in Minsk said they detained several dozen people, but the rights group Vesna says the number was closer to 330 arrests. There have been nearly 13,000 detentions since the elections. Aruna Iyengar, BBC News.